Montreal fired their goalie coach this year because you can't fire a $10.5 million contract. You can fire a goalie coach. You can't fire the $10.5 million contract. Apparently, it came down to Carey Price and this guy locking horns, and it just wasn't working anymore.
Where'd that come from?
There's some rumors around Twitter. I don't fully know, but Stephane Waite, who I believe was a backup in the NHL at one point as well, goaltending coach for the Montreal Canadiens, has been replaced. And when we talk about coaches getting fired, we're just talking about coaches, Steve. Did he get fired because Carey Price is just getting older?
Well, it's even more complicated than that, Adam. He got fired mid-game during a 3-1 win.
According to Mark Bergevin.
I believe him. Yeah. Why would someone lie about that?
No, I just mean like it came from the horse's mouth. Like,
right.
Rumors. Yeah. This is according to the guy who was in charge of firing him. He said, "Hey, I fired him in the middle of a game.
I fired him in the middle of a game where the goalie was doing great. Our $10.5 million goalie was going great. And then he goes, but there wasn't like a fight or anything. And then someone goes, there wasn't a fight or anything shirt is raising a lot of questions that are already answered by the shirt. And why? And why is this the Habs brand now? Because you know what was trending on Twitter after this was announced? Camilleri. Mm-hmm. It was trending on Twitter in Canada. Why? Because the Habs traded Mike Camilleri in the middle of a game. They took him off the bench because they're like, actually, you're a Flame now. Goodbye, Mike. Have fun with that. Never a dull moment in Montreal. Every member of the hockey media should say, God bless the Montreal Canadiens, because win or lose, they are always, always fun. And I don't know if it's Carey Price's ability that got him fired. I'm thinking it's the fight that definitely happened.
Interesting. I think it's Carey Price's ability that put him on the hot seat.
Oh, for sure. For sure. If he's a 18 and up, 9-15 and up.
Not a conversation.
Probably not even having the conversation. I don't know. All goalies are very particular about their guys, though, and goalies are superstitious to begin with, so it doesn't surprise me that, it's this guy's fault that I didn't get there on time, or that my skate caught an edge, or I don't know. Listen, but if you have that much money invested in Carey Price,
you have to make it work.
You got to put him in his happy place.
Right. They better get there soon. Jake Allen starts tonight, by the way.
And maybe he should.
I want to talk about, too, with coaching, because Jarmo Kekalainen is now looking for a center for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Beginning last offseason, he was negotiating an extension for a center that he already had and drafted. And then all of a sudden, that center didn't want to be there anymore. And at a certain point, we need to figure out, if I'm Jarmo Kekalainen, I need to know why Pierre-Luc Dubois left. They're all being quiet and cagey about this, and apparently hasn't told anyone. But there is something up with that. You cannot have, because now he's got to go find another one. Like, yeah, you got Patrick Laine, that's cool. Hasn't helped. So when you got to go and get this number one center that they supposedly want, I don't know how you're going to get, like, if you want to get it like a Jack Eichel, you're going to have to wait till the offseason, and you're going to have to try to outbid the Rangers. Good luck.
How are you going to get? Yeah, can you?
Like when we're talking about legit number one centers, of which there's maybe 15, 20, right? There might be 15.
Think he doesn't know, or that the media and like the public just doesn't know?
I wanted to ask the question: what are the chances he doesn't know? And if he does, what's he going to do about it?
Because he doesn't know what. Sorry.
Well, why Pierre-Luc Dubois left?
Right. Okay, that's what.
And then before I turn it over to you guys, I'm gonna say this as well. Pierre LeBrun mentioned in his column that Torts' deal is up at the end of the season. He's making about $2.5 million right now. He should be, based on his record, probably in the $4 million range. And it doesn't look as though he's all that interested, or at least all that in a rush to sign his extension with Columbus, meaning he may also want out. Kekalainen has said, Torts is our guy, Torts is our guy, Torts is our guy. Publicly, privately, that is going to be Columbus's coach for the end of the season. But I'm wondering if there's a tie in here. And I'm wondering if at a certain point, the Columbus Blue Jackets and Jarmo Kekalainen specifically need to have a good hard look at what happened this year, because they had a 22 or 23-year-old stud who just didn't want to play for them anymore. What happened? And now they got a coach, because if you let him go because of the coach is probably going to go, or maybe go. You lose them both?
Also, he's a coach. I don't care if he's the best one. He's a coach. They come and go.
Yeah.
All the time. Number one centers are really hard to find. I would say this, having seen what happened with Marner in Toronto, one of the Blue Jackets or Dubois, I think would be wise to plan on when it'd be good for them to get it out there, what happened, and then get it out there, because at least then you control it. Mm-hmm. You know, the one unfortunate thing for Mitch Marner, well, actually not one, but one of the many unfortunate things for Mitch Marner during the whole Babcock getting fired saga is that thing was a time bomb that went off several years later, right? And he didn't get to control it. And I don't think that was fun for him. You know what I mean? That getting out there, and it was a conversation that needed to happen in the hockey community, but not being able to control it must have been a shitty feeling. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe we'll just never know. But if one person knows, I guarantee you it's going to eventually get out there, and then you won't have any control. So I don't know who's in the wrong or the right or whatever the story is, but one of Dubois or the Blue Jackets might want to get it out there and just pick the right time.
You talk about sometimes coaches have a shelf life. Do you think maybe John Tortorella has looked at this and going, my shelf life here's done. Like I'm done here.
That's possible. He's matured as a coach. Mm-hmm. In Columbus. He has.
That's a ridiculous thing to say about a grown-ass man.
In his 50s or whatever. No, it is.
Yeah.
But it's true.
This is a guy, he set the bar kind of low. He's trying to attack another coach. And then told his players that he didn't want hip-hop playing before the games. Like, this is
I forgot about that.
Remember?
Me too. I forgot.
I know, only Van Halen. Like, come on, man. Like, really. This is not your generation, John. So the maturity level thing, that needed to happen.
Yes.
I hope everyone is maturing every day and improving on themselves.
By 1%.
By 1% at least.
There you go.
Including John Tortorella.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I do agree. Like, it does. Listen, he gets in there. He usually joins a team. The fire burns hot and it lasts for 3 years. And then that's about it. Mm-hmm. That's about it. I mean, the Columbus Blue Jackets are probably better for having him be their coach, except for that whole losing your number one center thing. But no, it had nothing to do with Torts until we find out at some random date, who knows when, that it was. Yeah.
At that point, I'm firing the coach. If it's Pierre-Luc Dubois or John Tortorella on the end of his deal, I know what I'm doing.
See, Tortorella makes a lot of money, and I'm wondering if the Blue Jackets can afford to pay John Tortorella to not coach for them.
Can they afford Pierre-Luc Dubois not being there? And the cost it's going to take to replace him?
I think that's the much more expensive problem.
Because I think that's what they did. They just created an expensive problem. Pierre-Luc Dubois probably could have been re-signed for, I don't know, 7 or 8 million? Something like that. But
I don't know. He was signed. He's under contract right now that he signed with the Blue Jackets. It's that he wanted to go. Here we are. Like, at any conversation about the Blue Jackets, if you talk for long enough, this will come up and it'll come to the same dead end and someone's going to find it.
Something's happened though, right? Are we agreed on that? There's smoke here?
Yes. Who the hell just goes, nah, I don't want to, after signing a deal and buying a house?
All right.
You know, like, no one just goes, fuck this. You know, maybe they do. Maybe he's just that different of a cat. Maybe Dubois is everything we've said that Laine is. And he just went, I don't feel like it today. The house doesn't match my shoes. And I don't know. Maybe he just had a weird breakfast one morning and had an episphany. It's probably not what happened, though.